We have big breaking news we want to share with you right now regarding the death of Harmony Montgomery. The arrest warrant and attached affidavit of probable cause has just been made public in the murder case against Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery. This has been under seal until right now. This just made public. I just got this in my hands. We are combing through this document right now here at Court TV for these disgusting details about how that beautiful little girl was killed. Now, this document was released by order of the New Hampshire Superior Court judge. And according to Adam's wife, Kayla, Harmony was beaten to death in the family's car back in December of 2019. What's more, the family car is where little Harmony had to live. That's where the family was living at the time. And apparently Adam Montgomery, according to police and what they are saying here, he was upset that that 5-year-old child would have accidents in the car. And Adam would hit her in the face. And he hit her in the face multiple times with a closed fist on one occasion and never sought medical treatment. And then, after she died, he put her body in a duffel bag and kept it in the trunk of his car, according to investigators. And what's more, they moved around with Harmony's body, taking her everywhere they went, moving her to different spots in their next apartment, keeping that child's dead body. The unsealing of the document comes after Adam Montgomery was found guilty of all of the charges in his weapons case earlier this month. His defense team had successfully argued to seal the document after the conclusion of that trial. Adam Montgomery been charged with second-degree murder, the murder currently set for this November. We're going to be doing a deeper dive on these details with you throughout the day. I've been able to skim through some, and I have to tell you, during the commercial break, it really, I was holding back tears with this. I'm looking at page 8 of the document. I want to bring in my guest to help me dissect some of this. Trial attorney, former prosecuting attorney Vonda Sargent on the show today. Vonda, this is going to turn your stomach. Prepare yourself. Looking at page 8 here that I've read through, apparently he was in the habit of hitting the 5-year-old child when she would have an accident in the car. Now, there's no bathroom in the car. I don't know where that poor child is expected to go to the bathroom to relieve herself, being forced to live in a car. But apparently on December 7th of 2019, the vehicle broke down and Adam Montgomery hit Harmony in the face and in her head on 3 different occasions because she had a bathroom accident. Now, she was sitting in the rear passenger side. He was in the driver's seat, according to Kayla Montgomery, the wife, not Harmony's biological mother, but her stepmother. And apparently Adam would turn his whole body around, according to her. And at one point, he delivered sets of 3 and 4 blows with a closed fist to Harmony's face and head on separate occasions over a period of time of a few minutes. And after the final blow, Adam said words to the effect that he felt something or heard something when he hit Harmony. And he said, quote, "I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something." And then poor little Harmony made a moaning noise. And this poor child moaned for roughly 5 minutes time and then stopped moaning. And at that point, it's very clear to me the child's dead. At no time did they get her medical attention, try to call 911, try to call an ambulance, nothing. They let her lay there. And then they stuffed her dead body in a duffel bag, Vonda, and put her in the trunk.
It's like the pressure closing in on him. It's like everything. This is the image that I'm getting. It might seem a little weird, but imagine, you know, there's like money machines that shoot the money down at you and you have to catch it. So I'm imagining him being in one of them, but instead of like money, there's nothing with money. It's just like he's in one of those like tube things and there's like dominoes around it, and it's like as the dominoes fall around it, the oxygen in the tube gets shut off. It's like everything was closing in on him. That's the image that I'm getting. But this seems more like outside interference rather than inside. Like, this doesn't seem like anything going on within the home. This seems like outside, the walls were closing in on him and he was starting to not be able to run from his problems as easily, I guess you could say. And harmony. Two of Wands reversed. Everything just falling apart. I'm gonna clarifier for that. Page of Swords. This is like, I'm not being cared for properly, and every time I ask for something that's like a basic need, like food or water or something, I get the brunt of someone's anger. That's what this looks like. Almost like I'm scared to even ask for anything because I know I'm just going to get yelled at or beat or whatever. That's the image I'm getting. So Adam in this, like, and again, this is just a metaphor, but like a tube thing that the oxygen's cutting off as the dominoes fall, and the dominoes were falling, and since he's kind of locked in this tube, she is having to do everything where before she did most, but now it's like everything, and that increases her dependence on substances to not be so stressed out, because she's not only dealing with more on her plate, but then she's also dealing with him kind of freaking out. And then from harmony, it's like, I'm scared to even ask for anything because they just go nuts. Like, I can't even speak up and ask for a basic need because they lose their mind. That's what I'm saying. One clarifier for that part. Abuse and neglect. And the lips are sewn shut, like I just said. She wasn't able to ask for anything. She was scared to ask for anything. Wheel of Fortune reversed, so things kind of took a sudden bad turn. Not that they weren't already bad, but this is like if you're going on like a highway to hell and all of a sudden you step on the gas and you're just like flying then. That's what this seems like. It seems like the dominoes fell. It's like imagine if the tube that I said that he was kind of hypothetically standing in, imagine if it's a square, right? And so the dominoes are like going down one side and the other side, right, at like a certain pace. This is like if all of a sudden it's like boom, boom, and the rest just like fall simultaneously. Like, that's what this is. It's like the pressure cooker just like exploded. Nine of Wands reversed, King of Swords. Yeah, it's like Nine of Wands reversed is another example of that pressure cooker. It's like, so now I'm imagining like the tube that he's in, and like the oxygen, as the dominoes completely fall, the oxygen just starts to like evaporate and there's like no more, and he's like drowning, I guess you could say. Like a rage panic. Nine of Wands reverse, Wheel of Fortune reverse does make me feel like the stolen gun thing was the reason that those dominoes were kicked over. Three of Pentacles reversed, Seven of Cups reversed, and my ears ringing. I'm almost wondering if he was wanting to sell her or try to get someone to buy her or something, and it didn't work, and then he had this like anger at her and it just exploded. Like he wanted to use her to get him out of some kind of debt or something. And let me pull a clarifier for that. Because I was thinking that, and then I got the 3 of Pentacles reversed and 7 of Cups reversed. So it's like, I thought I was going to use this person as a teammate to get me out of something, and then it fell apart because the person saw through my BS or something. Like, Cups, 6 of Cups, in terms of what I just said, is like, it could be like instant regret, but here it's saying to me like overreaction at who? A child. And it's because I'm not able to get over something. Like I'm focused on some negative element referring to the child, and I think it's that he wasn't able to sell her. But it's like she does something, he reacts, she ends up passed away, and then it's like all of a sudden I realized that selling her isn't an option ever now. So it's like, I think that's what that little bit of regret was. It's like I cut off myself from being able to use that as an option because now she's gone. Because it's definitely not any kind of love or care for the little girl. Crossroad in reverse. So 9 of Wands reverse, crossroad in reverse is like, I don't see any other option anymore. Like all I see is this rage. I'm looking down this one tunnel visioned emotion and it's blinding rage. Natural causes in reverse. So obviously nobody expects this little girl to have died from natural causes, but it wasn't natural causes. What was it? It was this irrational dictator that caused her to lose her life, not natural causes, which we already knew, but now we have it to match up with confirming the King of Swords. So if it's not natural causes, what was it? It was the man who was in charge of her, who was abusing their power over her. Adam. Allegedly, my opinion. Landfill and trapped. So 5 of Cups is that instant regret type of thing. Like, okay, now I'm not able to send her this way. Trapped is, and landfill. I guess Ace of Pentacles could be one hole in the ground. As opposed to like if she was dismembered, it could be different places. This might be saying she's just in one place in the ground. This 10 of Swords, she could be recovered, but the Emperor reverse. Maybe the Emperor reverse is pointing towards like it's like a cocky or arrogant move, like, oh, she's right in plain sight, but they would have found her. This doesn't make any sense. So she can be recovered. He doesn't have the control. Ace of Pentacles is making me feel like in the ground, like buried in the ground. Dismemberment upright, homicide in reverse. The Emperor in reverse can also be like not having a good plan. So if this is what I think it was, and it was like built up, but the actual event was heat of the moment. So it's not like everything was going great and then all of a sudden this happened. Like it was already probably pretty close to this happening, but like what pushed this to happen at this particular time was heat of the moment in a way. So the Emperor reverse could be I didn't have a plan and I'm doing the only option that I have in that particular moment. It feels like he maybe the Ace of Pentacles is like a fire pit. caregiver. If that's not a confirmation that it's Adam that did it, I mean, we already knew that pretty much, but that's like a huge confirmation, because the Emperor reversed, the man in charge lost control. Who is the man in charge to Harmony? It's her caregiver, the one who is supposed to be caring for her. But that doesn't help with where she is. Desert in reverse. Desert in reverse. So desert in reverse makes me think woods, especially since there's trees on this card, but they're spread out. So in reverse, it'd be trees closer together. I'm feeling like what I'm being pointed to is like a fire pit in the woods somewhere. And it's like, I don't have any options. This is the only option that I have, because this was not really planned out as to what would happen if I did this. Even if he did think about it before, which I don't know. I think his plan was to sell her, so I don't know why he'd be thinking about murdering her while he's thinking about using her to make money. Because again, I didn't know that that person was connected to the person that I stole from, but now I know, and now I need to get out of here. So I was planning on selling my daughter to make up for this debt until this person realized that I pissed off someone that's much a bigger fish, and now I'm trapped. So my subconscious is focused on how I'm trapped. My daughter asks for something, I snap, because subconsciously I'm like, what am I going to do with this girl now? She's just in the way. I can't get rid of her to help myself, and now I have to bring her with me if I'm going to run. So that subconsciously is going on. She does something like ask for water, God forbid, or something, asks for basic care. I snap because subconsciously I'm like, I can't keep her with me and I can't get rid of her. What am I going to do? I need to save myself. I need to run. Dominoes fall. Boom, boom, boom. I snap, and then I don't really have a plan. So I take her to this wooded area that I know about, and then I get caught a little bit later. That's what I'm getting. Mistress of Harmony. I think what happened was, and that makes sense because then she knows everything that happened, but she's not really going to be able to flip on him as much, because he could be like, oh yeah, well, she gave her, well, then he'd have to admit fault. But down the line, if he did, if she has flipped on him, then he can also flip on her for her role, if that was her role, that she gave her something to make it so that she would not be awake when Adam was home alone with her. But then Harmony wakes up, and I said it was like Harmony asked for something basic. So it's like, I'm supposed to be sleeping because I was given something, but I wake up, I ask for water because I feel weird because I was given something, or I ask for food or something. I tell you I don't feel good. I'm supposed to be asleep. You were told that I'm going to be asleep, but I'm awake and you are not in the mood, and you just flip out. What is Adam's energy now? I'm going to do Adam's energy now and Kayla. Adam, Lilith, thief of life. Hunger, animalism, and instinct. I think that is pretty self-explanatory. But it also has the woman on the card, so I feel like that's a confirmation, because Lilith, thief of life would be Adam, because he's the one who actually did it. But then there's a female on the card to be confirming what I was just saying about her supposed to be asleep, her supposed to have been asleep because of being given something. And Kayla's energy now. Sacrifice in reverse. She's gonna flip on him.